Greetings, everybody. Larry, the Pinbug Guy here, and welcome back to Larry's Pinbug Chat number 65. How's everybody doing? Well, I don't know if anybody's going to be on today, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the chat. And I have a few emails that I want to answer. So let's get started, Mr. Announcer.
Okay, some questions from the email. What size nib do you recommend for a newbie?
Okay, and that depends also a lot. Do you write little? Do you write big? Well, for me, medium. I really like the medium nib a lot. That's my favorite nib because to me, a fine nib, not all, but to me, a fine nib can be a bit dry. They don't really lay down the ink like I like them to actually show that true color that I'm using. Now my Pelican and my Lamy fine nibs, they're brilliant. I love them. No problems there. They're wet. But I would go with a medium nib if it was me. But I guess to maybe help you further along, you're going to have to find out which nib is going to suit your handwriting better. Will it be a fine or a medium or a broad, let's say? Now, extra fine, that's like a nail. That just makes me screech. So I would go with a medium, and then I would also try the fine to see if you like it. I mean, there's folks that like fine, that's cool. But like I said, if it's not a wet fine nib, I won't touch it.
And hello to our resident fine nib person, Kara.
Hey, Kara.
And Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Okay, another question. What is a good starter pin for someone who has been in the fountain pen world for 8 months?
8 months. Well, you're kind of like a newbie, but you're not like a newbie because you've been in at more than 6 months, but you haven't been in quite a year. So you're still getting your nibs wet. Are you ready for a gold nib, if that's where you're going with this? Wow. You could be. I really don't know you or your kind of pens that you're using or the kind of nibs you're into, but if you're gonna go for a gold nib, a good one, it's great, a workhorse pen, it's just a great pen, is the Lamy 2000. That has a nice 14K kind of hooded nib. It's really a great pen. Vanishing Point has a real good go nib as well. Those are a couple of my favorites. And those are $150 range. You can go probably about $100 and get some other great pens, maybe not gold necessarily, but I'm in the line of thinking a Twisby would be good. A Pilot would be good. It just depends, and I'm guessing and I'm pulling straws because that's the only email that you sent with not much information. So I'm guessing. Maybe if you send me another email, tell me the kind of pens you were using and your way of thinking of which direction you want to go. Then can be better on some input for you. Okay.
Okay. Hello to Farrat, who
Farrat
wants one of those Lamy 2000s you mentioned, and hello to Michelle and David C.
Hey, David C. Michelle.
Okay, another question. Is a gold nib better than a steel nib?
I would say yes and no. It just depends. I know that I know some folks that have both. I have both, and they tell me that the steel nib they have uh, compared to one of their gold nibs that it just outperforms the gold nib, and I've heard that many times before. But for me, with the pins I have, I prefer my gold nibs over the steel nibs. That's just me. I haven't found that true luxury steel nib that is as good as a gold nib. But like I said, I've heard some pen pals of mine have shared this with me. So that's all I can say on that.
Okay, hello to Brendan. Michelle says she has the Sailor Steel 14K and a 21K, and they all ride about the same. Okay, question.
Sailor's a good pen, yeah.
Another email question. Do you have a favorite Chinese pen since you use a lot of them?
Okay, you want the honest answer to that? No. Uh, Chinese pens are okay. They're great for newbies, people that are just getting into fountain pens. Well, for anybody that likes fountain pens that want to learn, experiment, tinker. There's not a whole lot of money on some of the lower end Chinese pens. I'm not a big fan of Chinese pens. I'll go ahead and say it. Uh, why is that? Because not because they do a lot of copying, not so much that, but the majority of the Chinese pens that I've had, well, all the Chinese pens that I have are all fine, and some are extra fine, and I just don't like them. I mean, they write fine. The Pen BBS, the Wing Song, a few of those, and but are they my favorite pens? No, no. They're beautiful, nicely made pens, but I'm just not into a dull, fine nib. That just doesn't do much for me. And the extra fine sure doesn't do much for me. All right, so, okay, so I know people are going to get teed off, but that's okay. You want the honest truth? I told you.
Okay, Brendan says he has a gold nib Pilot Heritage 91 and a steel nib Pelican M215, and of the two, the steel nib, the Pelican does better. Michelle says a Yovo nib can be polished up. Steel nib can be polished as well.
Real quick on that, I need to get me a Sailor steel nib. First of all, I like Sailor pens. And all I have right now is gold nib pens. But I need to check out the other side of Sailor on the steel nibs. And I haven't done it yet. I mean, they're not expensive. I can get one for like 129, 150 bucks. Why I haven't done it? Maybe I'm still a little bit leery. But I really need to bite the bullet, and I really need to get my hands on a steel nib like a Sailor and check it out. Is it the smoky quartz that came out? Is it a gold or is that a steel? Okay.
Okay, hello to Michael. Welcome. Another email question. Do you have any more pen reviews planned for Out at the Lake?
Yeah, we do. In fact, we're going to try to get some done. This is June probably. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a little bit cold for us in the winter to be out at the lake. Okay, here's another question that we've done a couple of times. What is your favorite pen?
Okay, here's what I've done. If you kept up with my reviews, I don't have a favorite pen because I love all my pens. But here's my problem. I want to use all my pens, so I do rotate my pens. So sometimes I may fill up a pen or maybe just put maybe half full or a little less, and then when it runs out, wash them out, put them up, grab another pin. So I keep rotating. You know, I've done the 3 pins, I've done 6 pins, 12 pins, 24 pins. But here's the problem that I've come into, and today, this morning, it's when it struck me. First of all, let me go back. My carry pins, because somebody asked me this question, what was I carrying this week? The pins that I was carrying last week, I'm carrying this week. And it's the Lamy 2000. That's just a damn nice pin. Great pin. The Noodler's Conrad. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. And the Sailor King of Pins. Kick awesome pin. So here's what happened. I was using these pins last week. Oh, and my Jinhao 159. I was using these pins last week. And I think I just filled them halfway on each one. And I really enjoyed writing with them. I really did, and it hit me. And when they ran out of ink, something said, you know what, Larry? Do you like or love these pins? Either way, why don't you use them again? So they all ran out of ink. I re-inked them up, and I can tell you which ones I love and like. And like's a good thing. I love the Lamy 2000. I love the King of Pins. I really like the Noodler's Conrad. So the loves beat out the likes, but it's a strong like. So I'm still using these pins because I want to use my pins, the ones I really love and like, I'm going to use those more than the ones that are just there because I need to use them, because I don't want to just let them sit there. But then I'm not using the ones I really, really love. Now, quick story. What I finally did, I've got a beautiful, loving, I treasure Pelican 1000. The M1000, 14K medium nib. Love the pen. Well, when I first got the pen, wrote with it, loved how it wrote. I mean, it was great. But I knew there was a problem that I refused to believe was happening. Baby's bottom. I said, it'll go away, it'll go away, it'll go away. Well, of course, you know it's not going to go away on its own. Well, I refused to send it off to get it fixed because, you know, I'm thinking, you know, maybe it's me. I tried writing different way. Baby bottom, end of story, wasn't going away. So what has happened was I hardly ever use the pen because of the problem. And I really love my Pelican 1000. Love it. So what I did, I took Frank's advice and I got a hold of Marcus Backus, I believe is his name.
Mark Backus. Mm-hmm.
Because Dan Smith, the gentleman that does my nib work, is booked for about 2 to 3 months. So I got a hold of Mark. He got right back with me, and we emailed each other, and all the questions were asked. And this morning I sent him my Pelican 1000. So, because here I am letting an expensive pen that I truly love just sitting in my drawer doing nothing because of the way it writes. So I'm saying, you know what? Stop buying pens and get your pens fixed, the one that you love, and start using them. And the ones that you are okay with, don't use those as much. Use the ones you love all the time. Use the ones you really like, put them in there as well. The ones that are, okay, fine. My Chinese pens, I don't have to worry about that. If I want to use them, fine. If I don't, fine. So, that's that.
Okay, hello to Francisco
Hey, Francisco.
and Andrew and Ink Guy. Let's see, do you have a particular Japanese seller that you buy from, or is it just sort of whoever has the pen you want?
Uh, yes and no. I would have to look them up. I have them on my phone. Uh, there's a couple of them that I do buy from, and I've been buying from. But like I said, I don't know their names offhand. Um, I, I'm careful when I buy from an unknown. Um, I guess I'm leery, but there's two Japanese sellers that I do like, and I've been buying, and they're really good folks, and they'll take care of me with no problems. So that's that.
Uh, do you have a preference, or is there a big difference between going through some of the established sellers like uh, Edison, as opposed to getting off of eBay?
Say it again.
Okay, like Brian Edison, some of the regular manufacturer wholesale pens, are they any better than going off of eBay, or is eBay okay? How do they compare?
Um, you go eBay, you can usually get pins at a better price than you can from pin companies here in the states. Um, let's go back to Edison. Edison has great pins, and last I saw, they went up on their price a little bit to 169, 164, somewhere in there, and that's a good price for a pen. And I don't have a problem paying that for a good pen. Edison makes quality pens. I like their stuff. Uh, I've never had a problem with Edison pens. Uh, so it varies. So, okay, let's look at this for a minute, price wise. I buy some of my pens from Pen Chalet. They have good prices. And most everybody keep kind of the same price. Goulet, Gold Spot pens, Anderson Jet pens, um, and so on. They're all kind of like in the same group price. So, like maybe a pen uh, on eBay that I want costs $226. Sometimes you pay for shipping, sometimes you don't. And let's say Pen Chalet would have that same pen for $212. I would just buy it from Pen Chalet for $212 and pay the shipping to get it faster. And Pen Chalet's here in the States. Any problems, Ron will take care of it. So it just depends. Choice.
Okay. David says we missed spring for the lake videos. Yeah, we should have gone out while the bluebonnets were in bloom and done a bluebonnet video. Okay, let's check.
Is that David C?
Yeah.
You should have went with us, David, but we didn't go.
Okay, let's see. What is your input on titanium nibs?
Titanium nibs, I love them. You have to get to know the titanium nib. They're not scratchy. It's just the way they are. You may think that's scratchiness, but it's the feel. It's just the way that the paper is. They've got a different feeling, the titanium nib. The Karas Custom, I'll go ahead and put a name on it. They're nice, wet writers. And I really like the titanium nib. I will buy a titanium nib anytime if it's as good as the Karas Custom nib, titanium nib. So I like them. I was real leery at first, and I was hesitant and kind of scared to do it. But I said, being a reviewer, I'm going to have to get my nibs wet, or I'm never going to know how a nib is. So I did it. I have two of them. I have two Karas Custom titanium nibs. Love them. and I'm thinking I'm going to get another. Okay.
Hello to JJ.
Hey, JJ.
And the final email question is, any plans for a high-end pen? If so, which one?
Yeah, I'm really been thinking about getting the, what is that, Nakaya?
We're going to go with, I haven't heard the pronunciation yet, Nakaya Decafraud.
Yeah, Twist. Yeah. And they're about, what, $1,100, $1,200? Well, you know, I pay that for my Mont Blancs. I just have to save up for it. And you know, I've looked at them, and I'm thinking about it. If I get one, it'll have to be a medium nib with a clip. Uh, so that could happen. If not this year, maybe next year. Because right now on my list, that it's a must-to-have, it's going to be the Platinum Music nib, and I'm thinking of the Sailor Nagatoki. Is that how you say it? Those two for sure, and the possible Platinum President. I heard that the nib is a hard gold nib, but that's okay. I need to check it out.
Okay, that's it for the email questions. Let me see if I can pick up here any of the comments. A couple of the Japanese sellers that were listed were Ingeka and Rakuten.
Okay, Ingeka, I've used before, good ones. I think they're good. I bought a few pens from them, and no problems. Really good.
Okay, Mark Backus gets a lot of support, does good nib work.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
Let's see here.
Do you realize how petrified I was to send my Pelican? I mean, to send it in the mail. Oh, but I did it, but go ahead.
Hello to Books Are a Reason. Let's see here. Question from him. Do you have any other thoughts on what inks look great in a fine or extra fine nib?
Well, those can, you know, fine, like I said before, and extra fine, they run pretty dry. But you can do the Monteverde would be a good ink. I think a KWZ would be a good one. Robert Oyster. Some Doodler's inks would be good. Sailor. What else? Private Reserve, yeah. Some Mont Blancs would be good in it. And some Diamine. And, can't forget, Pilot. You just would have to, you know, get some samples of each of those that I've mentioned and see which one suits you. You're not going to get that same effect using a fine or extra fine nib as you would if you use a medium nib. Yeah, you're going to get you're going to get more of a line variation, and you're going to get more ink laid down than you will with a fine nib or a extra fine nib.
Kara says that Organic Studio Nitrogen sheens well in a fine nib.
Yeah, I have that. In fact, I got two of them. Real quick, I have a one of my favorite all-time Jin Hao. Now this is Chinese pen, but Jin Hao, they do make medium nibs and broad nibs. This pen, and I have to look up who it was, but I know who it was. I'm not going to mention it, but anyway, it's supposed to have been a broad nib, and I put a B on there because I would forget what size nibs because they don't mark their nibs. But to me, it writes more of a medium nib. But what's good about this pen really lays down the ink. It's just a supreme, nice, juicy, wet writer. So, I love it. Okay.
Brendan asks, which would you choose between a Visconti Rembrandt and a Platinum 3776?
Between the Rembrandt and the Platinum 3776, for me, okay, between the Platinum 3776 and the Rembrandt, right?
Yes.
Da 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 3776, hands up, yes, that's what I would go. Yeah.
Michelle agrees. We have some discussion going on about the shimmer ink. Those are a little iffy on some of the pens.
Real quick, let me hold your thought for a minute there, announcer. On the inks that have the little sparkles and stuff, you know, I bought a few bottles, and I have a few samples, and you know they're okay, but you know it wasn't all that for me, so I quit buying it, and I won't buy any more of that stuff. Okay.
Hello to Jazz, and I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Do you have any thoughts on the new Burgundy JFK Mont Blanc coming out?
I've thought about it. Uh, and like I just said, the Nakaya, that's on my want list. I really love that beautiful new JFK. It's a monster killer of a beautiful fountain pen. So there's some thoughts on that. A lot of saving, but yeah. Anything else?
We've got recommendation on the Pen BBS inks.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing new yet.
Okay. Uh, Fort Worth Pen Club. It's going to be Monday next week at 6:30 at the Dixie Cafe on Hewlin. So that thought I'd throw that out there.
Okay. Hello to Brian, who's joined us. Michael asks, between 100 and 150 budget, what are some options from Pilot, Pelican, or Franklin Christoph or Sailors? Any recommendation?
Pilot. Well, you know, wow. I like the Pilot Justice 95. I have the medium, soft, hard, the adjustment on it, just a great fountain pen. You can probably 100, 150. So that's for the Pilot. What was the other one? The Sailor?
Pelican, Franklin Christoph, and Sailor.
Pelican. Does it have to be a gold nib? Or did it say?
Didn't say.
Okay. I do like the Sailor 1911 large, but I think that's going to be a little over 150. And what was the other?
Pelican, Franklin Christoph.
I don't own any Franklin Christoph. Okay. Also, Pilot Vanishing Point. If you don't mind the clip, some people just don't dig the clip, but I have like 5 of them.
And Michelle suggests 3775 Vanishing Point Lamy 2000.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, did he say 150? Yeah, but he didn't mention Lamy. That's why I stayed there. But yeah, I would have went Lamy 2000 right off the bat. I love the Lamy. It's just a dynamite pen. It just. Now I'm using my Lamy. I'm going to use it again when it runs out of ink. I bet I fill it up again. I love it. Okay. Real quick, Brian, from the Pen Think store is on right now. Real quick to you, Brian, do you have any Tomo River paper? Because I'm going to be ordering some here next week.
He says yes.
Oh, you do have the Tomo. Do you have it in the tablet or the loose?
Oh, sorry, no, he doesn't.
I
misread that.
All right. By chance, Brian, do you have I asked you this question, do you have the House of the Rising Sun ink in yet?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right. Next week I'll be ordering a bottle, so save me 1 bottle. I'm going to get to it probably Wednesday or Thursday, if not sooner.
See, Michelle got some Kokuyo paper from Amazon. Says it's really nice. You like the Kokuyo too.
And I use Tomo River paper specifically for my letters, and that's all I use for the letters. Hey, Francisco, what did he say?
Well, the stream is choppy. I'm not seeing anything on my end.
Yeah, nothing on our end over here. Ours is nice and clear. Must have been them aliens.
Michelle uses hers as Kokuyo as stationary.
Okay.
Which website are you asking about, Francisco? And we've got a vote for Life paper also.
Life is good. I have Life. I do have, yeah, a couple of tablets of Life. Yeah, that's a good one I use. And those are backups when I run out of Tomo River paper. And this is what I got in today, the Gin House. Cool pins and giveaways. Okay, go ahead.
Have you tried Fabriano paper?
I don't think so. Cuyo, Life, Africa, Clairefontaine, Rhodia, Baron Fig, Scientific, la 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 la, Moleskin, uh, oh, good Lord, Uber, crazy.
Okay, Brian, can you share the link for your pin site? Uh, I think, don't quote me on this, is it thepinthing.com? And we had a question about Mont Blanc inks, if anybody's tried those.
Yeah, real quick, Brian, he's on here right now, and he's got a little cool little pen shop he's opened up. And Brian Freelander, he's on right now, and it's the Pen Thing store.
Yes, he says thepinthing.com.
Okay, it's penthing.com. If you're looking for something, ask him, and he'll let you know if he carries it or not. He's got a good price on them, and he'll ship it right out to you. They come very well packed, and I bought some things from Brian. And I kind of always check with Brian first to see if he has it. If not, then I'll have to go elsewhere.
He says thank you, and he's now carrying Faber-Castell.
Okay, do you carry the loom?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. It's one of my favorites.
Loom Ondoro.
Okay.
And Emotion. Essentio. Several there.
Yes. Pick a letter. And there was something else I was going to ask. On KWZ Inks, has anyone out there besides me and David C. Tried that new one that came out, the KWZ Hawaii Blue, that exclusive from Hippo?
Thanks for the putting the link in, Frank.
Yeah, Hawaii Blue. Yeah, KWZ.
JJ's tried it.
Here's a one that I need to look up. Here's one that I forgot to give Mr. Announcer. It was a question that was asked, and the person was asking that they've seen quite a few new pin makers that have come on and then they're gone. So why does that happen? Well, that's a good question. How can I put this? Maybe something happened down the line where maybe something got overwhelming for them, or maybe something, I'm trying to find, not excuses, some reasons. Uh, Maybe they just couldn't really get what they wanted out like they wanted, and maybe they got disillusioned and stopped. Maybe their pens weren't selling as well as they were hoping. Um, Maybe they got ill. There could be a whole kind of maybes this and maybe that. Uh, it's a tough world coming out as a pen maker. Uh, there's just a lot of competition out there. So if you ever watch this video, the person who asked me that question, um, let me know next time with another email if you have any Pacific pen makers that you know that you bought from or seen, or have you tried from any of the pen makers. You're talking about the custom pen makers. So yeah, let me know and we can elaborate on that further.
As Francisco suggests, they just might not have been able to make it and produce enough for the customers.
Right.
JJ says some price their pens so high it drives away customers before they establish their name and quality.
Yeah. See, all those are possibilities. Yeah. And that's a shame because there's a lot of great pen makers out there, but the competition's stiff. Talking about pen makers, Birmingham Inks, they come out with some of their own pens, and they're pretty well priced. I've never bought one yet. I think for like $99. So I don't know the quality of the pen, but is it worth it or not? I don't know because I've yet to bite the bullet on that.
Let's see. Did you ever talk to Kevin at Fountain Pen Revolution about coming to the pen club?
No, I have not yet, but I will make that a note and see what he has to say. And I also, tomorrow, I need to get a hold of TCU and see if I can get that done as well, Frank. I'll get this. Okay. But yeah, I do explore to get other people to try to come. Uh, I just try to figure out names of who's who, uh, and if they live close enough that they can make it, So that's one of the things, 70, 80 miles, that's cool.
Okay, we've got some comments about the KWZ and some scribes inks as well, that they seep through the page after about a month.
Well, let me see on that. Let me pull out my trusty old Tomo River journal.
And Francisco asks about pen meetings on the weekends. I think we discussed that before, but nothing has been settled on it.
I am looking for, okay, KWZ. Uh, Here's one for May the 7th. It's not been a month, but no problems on Tomo River paper going through. Let's see. I have some on May the 5th, May the 3rd, no problems on that. I already do use it a lot. May the 1st. And here's one April 26th. And it's been fine so far on my paper. Here's one April 22nd with a titanium nib I wrote, and it's I haven't had the problem of any bleed throughs or nothing.
Which ink was that you were using on that?
KWZ, the Hawaii blue.
And the back of the paper, is it not showing through?
It's fine. It's fine right here in my book. Yeah, if it wasn't, I wouldn't be using it. My Tomo River paper, that's why I love it so much. It just works real well with fountain pens. You know, and I keep a list of everything I write, dates and everything. So, depending on the paper, maybe. All I can say on that.
Or possibly the formula, and they Michelle suggests maybe they changed the formula.
So Francisco, can you make meetings on weekends only?
Weekends, he said that yes, and David C. said he'd be good for that. I guess we could potentially discuss alternating, like one meeting being on a weekend on a Saturday, and then a next week meeting being on a Monday.
Yeah, we'll bring that up. Yeah, we have them over here at the Cafe Express and on Hewlin. So we'll give it some thought and see what kind of feedback we get on it. Love to have you, Francisco.
Jerry, just how many caps do you have, buddy?
Baseball cap or sugar cap?
In this case, a Barack Obama cap.
Oh, please. As we move on, lots. Okay. You need to get a Larry's fountain pen cap.
David C. Dallas says that Dallas does that alternating for their meetings.
Well, it's, that would be cool. It just depends the people in the pen club if they are available, on a Saturday or not. That was one of the problems. We were doing it on another day besides Monday, so we changed that to a Monday to try to meet everybody's schedule. So, but I'm cool to do it on Saturdays. I couldn't do it every Saturday. Every Saturday or Saturdays are kind of booked up for me, but I can do it once a month.
Well, that would be once every
2 months.
Every 4 months doing it on a Saturday.
Once every 4 months?
Because we have 2 months in between meetings.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we meet every other month. That's right. So, yeah, I could do it. So pack up the babies and grab the old ladies and your fountain pens and let's do it.
Books Are a Reason asks, how do you go about finding a pen meetup? I don't think that there is one in my area.
Where does he live?
Well, where do you live, Books? Colorado.
Ah, there is a pen club meeting. I forgot who it was that's out there.
see, Michelle, aren't you in Colorado?
Is she?
We'll find out, I think.
Yeah, she should know if anybody. Yeah, there she is. Hey, books. Is there one?
Of course, depends on the distance there.
Well, Michelle, y'all can come out to the Fort Worth Pen Club once in a while. How's that?
No, sorry, she hates heat.
Oh,
Yeah, we're just getting into, we're only into our 80 degrees right now. We hadn't hit the 100 degree yet. That'll come in a couple of months.
I love it. I love it. What is that?
Oh, just talking about the temperature.
See, right now it's only 84 degrees and sunny. So, okay, pin show coming up. Is it this month? Is there a pin show coming up anywhere, or is it just next month? Ah, rain there. And JJ, you live in UK?
No, I think he's Chicago, I think.
Chicago, yeah, Chicago. It's a match, David.
Francisco says St. Louis is coming up next.
St. Louis. All right, folks, you heard it. Francisco, the man said on 5/29. That what he said?
Yeah, 29th through the 1st.
Yep. In St. Louis.
Jim and Hines is going to be there.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard from Jim. How's the guy doing?
Hey, Michelle, anything under 77 is cold for us.
Yes. Yeah.
We do, believe me. Jim has been busy, new house and job, making pins.
No, he didn't have the surgery, Frank.
Hello to Ben.
There was something else I was going to add. And I forgot the question. Very good. Trying to. Okay.
Any other questions or comments that anybody has for Larry?
All right, folks. Well, time to close up the shop. What does Frank say?
A meeting group website for fountain pen users. Oh, did you get the link that JJ sent you on the glass vials?
Got it. Yep. Thank you, sir. Well, I guess that's going to wrap this one up. All right, folks. I've been working in this pen room today for 3 hours straight, and I think it's time to give my brain, what's left of it, a break. Hey, Brian, glad to have you on, brother. How is the shop doing out there? Frank, David, JJ, everybody, great to see you. Francisco, great to see you. Give Jim our best. The best to everybody. Peace, love. Talk to you guys later. Be safe, folks.